first state and spell your first and last name for me?
Let's say Bill Boerum, B-O-E-R-U-M.
Okay. And what is your title?
I am Chairman Emeritus of Sister Cities International. I was the just previous chairman of the board of directors. And after you serve there, you don't get away. They keep you for 2 more years. And they say they'll listen to you, but they don't let you vote. So I'm still on the board of directors for another year, as a matter of fact.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So what do you think about this conference so far?
Well, this has been a very good conference. You like to have good attendees. We have people from all over the United States, including from California, and of course, many from the East Coast and also from Texas. But we're always very happy to have people from outside the United States, and we do have their participation, from China, Japan, and also, I think significantly, we always have a very good contingent from several countries in Africa, and we also have people from Russia too. So we have, of course, most of them are in the United States. There's no doubt about that. So we had very good representation, and even beyond the presence of our attendees was the program. We had an outstanding program on many different topics.
Okay. Now, as far as the Sister Cities program, how important is that to the government?
Well, of course, we get a small amount of money from the government, not very much, but and anytime you go to a consulate or an embassy outside the U.S., to our embassies or consulates, the people there know us either directly by the programs and things we're doing in their countries or by reputation, and they always speak very highly, favorably of us because we are the citizen diplomats is what we are, and we are in 146 countries throughout the world. We have over 2,000 partnerships. In other words, U.S. cities that have partnerships with other cities around the world, over 2,000. So the State Department and our government likes what we do.
Now, I noticed at this conference there were many things for the adults and many things for the youth. Why is it so important that the youth are involved in this type of program?
Well, because it can be a life-changing experience for a young person. And most of the time, the people that come to this program will end up going on what we call a youth exchange or a student exchange. And you run into people later in life who have said that was a life-changing experience. And this includes people in the Foreign Service of the United States. These are people who are diplomats, and they say, oh, I got my interest in international affairs from a Sister Cities exchange.
Awesome. I was actually one of those students myself.
Oh, were you?
Yes.
Well, that's great.
Yes.
Well, I hope you had a good experience.
Oh, it was great. It was great. We went over to England.
Oh, yes. Right. Well, I think, after World War II, of course, this was initiated by President Eisenhower, and he, because of the post-war period, most of the early relationships were with European countries. And, but now, I think more recently, it's more Japan and China, especially China represents a lot. But nonetheless, the largest geographical group is the EU, the European Union, still. But individual countries is China, Japan, and the one area that I've been working on while I was chair was to expand our presence in India. I think that's going to be the big country of the 2020s.
You're right about that. I'm seeing a lot going on over there.
All right, yes, yeah.
Anything else you want to talk about?
Well, just that, those of us who do this, that it's all volunteer work. We're a very small staff in Washington, D.C., but we travel around and almost entirely at our own expense. We get to the country, the people there treat us like visiting dignitaries. They let us come into their homes, they take us around. A lot of wonderful things happen, so we receive that great benefit. But, again, for us to get over there in any of the travel that we do, including to these conferences, which are around the country, we individually have to pay for. No one is paying our freight. So I think it's a tribute to a lot of very dedicated people who have really, over the term of 61 years, developed a wonderful legacy where so many countries and peoples around the world have a positive image of the United States.